Hi everyone, welcome to the Module 6. So I have a little bit of an announcement just to let you know what my schedule is going to be like this week, and I have simplified this week a little bit to make life easier. First of all, I'm going to have surgery Monday afternoon for this lovely thing, okay? It's just outpatient, so I will be home that evening, and I will be kind of out of it maybe for a lot of Tuesday, but I should be back good maybe Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning. And so keep that in mind. And so coming up, we've got due Wednesday night is our final synthesized problem analysis essay. And before that, we are not going to have a peer review because I thought that was just coming up too fast, too quick for everyone. And so what I have here due on Monday is just a tentative thesis and outline. So if we go back to Module 5, this module is still very important. And my video, my overview video, if you have not watched that, you need to watch my overview video for Module 5 because I go over so many important things and explain so many different important processes to organize this type of essay. One of the best things you can do is to examine closely these student examples. So if we're writing a genre that we're not familiar with, it is really important to go get examples of that genre so that we understand the characteristics that are a part of that genre, that identify that genre, and how to organize our writing. And so if we open these up, and the second one, I like to open up the second one because it is such a great example of a thesis for this type of writing. And so the whole goal, let me make this bigger. The whole goal of this essay is to simply report on what the experts have to say. We are not making our own argument yet. We are not judging whether these articles are good or bad or the authors are right or wrong. We are simply telling our academic audience, so this is going to be formal, third person, our academic audience what these people have to say. And we're organizing the essay. It's not going to be a list of summaries, one after the other. It's going to be organized by topic sentences that we have identified through our SOAR method. Those topic sentences are going to be the common points of discussion. Okay, so different points of discussion that several of the people have weighed in on. And this student example, the second one especially, both of them are great examples, but the second one is a little bit more clear-cut, kind of explicitly does that kind of organization. If you look at their thesis, they have the research question right there. This is really all of their thesis. They have a nice long thesis right here. And it tells, a thesis for this paper tells the reader what the experts or stakeholders have to say. That's basically it. And so here they say the stakeholders offer different opinions. Their arguments range from this to that. Most of the stakeholders agree that inequality among college campuses is common. There's the first point. Yet they offer different solutions to indiscrimination faced by many minorities. These debated solutions range from opinions concerning affirmative action, there's another point, to increased administrative action. There's a third point, okay? And if you look over here, if you look at the topic sentences for the sections, those are the points from the thesis. There's the first topic sentence, and then they bring in several authors who have written about that. And these little ellipses, I've just made their essay a little shorter, just to make it easier for you all to read. So don't worry too much about those. And then they bring in another author that talks about that same issue, and then they compare them. And then they bring in another topic, okay, another topic sentence. Then they bring in Cashin and Tyne. And those are another two authors that both talk about that same issue as described in the topic sentence. And then they go on to a third. So study these student examples so you can get a good idea of what's expected, okay? So again, this week, and look at summarizing. This is not going to include a lot of quotes, hardly any at all. Make sure your quotes, if you bring in a quote from an author, it had better be quote worthy and not just a big chunk of cut and pasted material, because we're integrating them into our writing. We're still the writer. We're still using our own words to summarize and tell the reader what these other authors have to say, but it should be written in our original writing. In fact, you will need to be putting it through a Turnitin so you can see that how much is your original writing. So for Monday right here, just do your best to get in a thesis, what your thesis is going to be. And I have some little explanation right here, but again, go back to my Module 5 videos and that student example as an example. And then a little outline. So you'll have your thesis and then your key points of discussion, listing the authors that talk about those points of discussion. And that will help you organize the kind of the scaffolding for this essay to get it straight in your head. And then finally, we have the actual essay. It's going to be due on Wednesday night. And so I will try and get you all some feedback on your outlines as soon as possible. But always remember, you can always revise and resubmit if you get my final feedback and you want to revise it. But look at the rubric. Look at what I'm going to be looking at and do a little self-assessment, a little self-peer review, and make sure you have everything in there. Other than that, let me know if you have any questions. I will go ahead and we'll move in right after this. We're going to be moving into the final writing project. But the good news is that final writing project, you've already done all of the research for it. It's just going to be another way to write this information that's probably a lot easier than this second writing project. So let me know if you have any questions, and good luck with everything.